Today I have the pleasure to introduce you to all the audience of this program about my friend Javier, who came from Mexico 20 years ago and to be the son-in-law of Taiwan. Now he is very interested in the legal situation of Taiwan during the occupation by the Republic of China after the World War II. Today we will give you a full picture and a real picture and the legal situation of Taiwan. As you know, Taiwan is a small country, but actually only 21 countries in the world acknowledge Taiwan as a state, and the rest of the world never recognize Taiwan as a state. As a Taiwanese, I'm very sorry to say we are a country without internationally recognized. So I will talk to you together with my friend Javier and give you a full picture of the legal status of Taiwan after World War II. So now, Javier, could you just give a picture or an explanation about Taiwan after you have been here for nearly 20 years? Your opinion will be very good for all of the citizens in Taiwan. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Brian. Hi everybody, it's a pleasure to be here talking to you and to talk about this very interesting topic about the legal status of Taiwan, because it's very interesting for me to know the real situation, because when I came here almost 20 years ago, I didn't know quite well what the situation was. As a matter of fact, I thought that Taiwan was a part of China, and later on I came to know that it is not so. But at the same time, I also got to know that Taiwan is not recognized as an independent country, and it is not a part of the United Nations, which is not right, because Taiwan meet the criteria to be an independent country. So it is very interesting to talk about this topic. So we are going to give you some information about it, because a lot of people in Taiwan don't know about this situation, and there's a lot of confusion. So we need to put the things, clarify the situation so that everybody can know what is really going on here in Taiwan. Okay, so I'm going to read some information, and we will be discussing this with Brian. Overviewing the situation of Taiwan during World War II in the Pacific, the United States was the conqueror and therefore will be the principal occupying power. Yes, Brian?
Yes. So far as I know, Taiwan was ceded to Japan in 1895 during the war between Japan and the Qing dynasty. So when the Republic of China was founded in 1911, at that time Taiwan was the territory of Japan Empire. So Taiwan is not part of China when the Republic of China was founded. And during the Second World War II, Japan attacked Hawaiian Pearl Harbor. So Japan and the United States was fight in the Pacific theater. So all the attack to Taiwan and all the attack to Japan mainland was conducted by the United States of America only. Therefore, after World War II, the Pacific theater was finished. Then the United States was the only conqueror and only victor of Japanese war in the Pacific. You know, during that time, the international law says the occupation by the victor can decide everything about the territory occupied by him, by them. Therefore, Taiwan was under the American occupation. And due to the international situation, American president ordered MacArthur to the surrender ceremony in Taiwan from the hands of Chiang Kai-shek. Therefore, Chiang Kai-shek occupied Taiwan under the assistance from the states. This is a real situation, and this situation never changed and it remains the same so far.
Yes, exactly. That's what actually happened.
Right. That situation never changed. Therefore, I think all the inhabitants of Taiwan today are very sorry, are very sick about the government of Republic of China right now. Jurisdiction is under the unfair to the Chinese and to the Taiwanese.
Yeah, definitely the Republic of China government.
You know, the government of Republic of China here, her real name must be an exile government of Republic of China in Taiwan. So, as you know, during the World War II in Europe, French also has an exiled government. This is a French exiled government in London. That is the official exiled government, because the Europe countries and the Asian countries recognize the free French exiled government in London, a legal government which is different to the exiled government in Taiwan.
Yeah, that's a good analogy of the Kuomintang, the ROC. It's
the same.
It's an exiled government and it doesn't have the right to be running the country, right?
Yeah, the jurisdictions is people here.
Exactly. All right, I'm going to continue with the next paragraph to continue discussing this. The military occupation of Taiwan began with the surrender of Japanese troops on October 25th, 1945. The administration of Taiwan was conducted separately from that of metropolitan Japan.
Yeah. The arrangement between the victors of World War II, particularly in Asia, it means the Pacific theater. All the countries against Japan would like to take Taiwan from Japan's hands and give Taiwan back to China. This is the truth in Cairo Declaration. As you know, Cairo Declaration is only a meeting of the headquarters of the China, United States, and UK, the England. So three countries agreed to take Taiwan from Japanese hands and give Taiwan to China. But Cairo Declaration is only the intention, only the agenda, only the public communiques, not a treaty. All the territory arrangement must be done by a peace treaty between the countries involved in the war. So the legal power of Cairo Declaration and the Potsdam Declaration are lower than that of the peace treaty. So what we can accept is peace treaty was signed on 1951 and going into force on 1952, and all the declaration, all the agenda was involved and concluded and to this peace treaty. So Japan renounces all right, title, and claim of Taiwan just renounces, just renounced, and no beneficiary country of the sovereignty was specified. Therefore, the international law allows the people of the Taiwan island was the beneficiary of the sovereignty. Therefore, we think this is the legal situation, the legal point for Taiwan after World War II. Even Chiang Kai-shek just received Taiwan island and occupied this island for nearly 70 years so far.
Yes, right. Exactly, that's what happened. And all that you just talked about is very important because, as you mentioned, after the San Francisco Peace Treaty, right, there was no receiving country specified, right? So
No,
the,
no.
yeah, so the Taiwan was like in a is defined by the San Francisco Peace Treaty as a limbo session, right?
Right.
And here's what I'm going to read next. It has to do with it, and it says here, military occupation is conducted under military government, and so United States military government jurisdiction over Taiwan territory has begun as of this date. Here we are talking at the time when the Japanese military forces surrendered, right, on October 25th, 1945. It's the date when the jurisdiction of the United States military government started in Taiwan. It says here, however, the military occupation of Taiwan has been delegated to the representatives of Chiang Kai-shek, who call themselves the Republic of China. Right? Because the San Francisco Peace Treaty didn't specify the receiving country, right? And in this case, the United States was the conqueror, so it has the jurisdiction of Taiwan, and they as the conqueror, they have the right to establish a military government on the island.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about this?
Okay. When United States of America arranged the signature of arranged the San Francisco Peace Treaty to Japan, they put quite a lot of tricky way to protect Taiwan from taken back to China. You know, I studied the peace treaty very well, and I found on the Article 2, the item A of the San Francisco Peace Treaty, it says Japan recognized Korea to be independent, and then Japan renounces all right, title, and claim over Taiwan. And from this item A, we compare the item B of Article 2, which is referring to Taiwan. Japan only says Japan renounces all right, title, and claim to Taiwan, then nothing else. It means Japan still keeps the power of international recognized on Japanese hands. It means Japan agreed to recognize Korea as an independent country, a state, but Japan never recognized Taiwan as an independent state. This is a difference. Personally, I will say this is residual power, residual sovereignty on Japanese hands regarding the Taiwan statehood. This is very important, and it is a way to save Taiwan from given to the hands of China.
Yes, it's very interesting. All this.
I think you don't know this kind of arrangement in this peace treaty.
Definitely
you?
not. Definitely
You
not.
don't know about
I didn't know about that.
I'm very happy to understand. Now you see this treaty,
Yes, right.
which saves Taiwan.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. The next part is says here is exactly what you were talking about, the Article 2B, right? According to Okay, it says Taiwan was sovereign Japanese territory until the coming into force of the San Francisco Peace Treaty on April 28, 1952. According to the terms of Article 2B of the treaty, Japan ceded Formosa and the Pescadores, also known as Taiwan, but no receiving country was specified, right? And you mentioned that in Article 2B states that Japan renounces all right, title, and claim to Formosa and the Pescadores. Right? You mentioned that.
Right. Here, I would like to add more explanation about the sovereignty of Taiwan, word by word. You know, Japan said in the Article 2, Item B of San Francisco Peace Treaty, Japan says Japan renounces all right, title, and claim to Taiwan and the Pescadores. But please note, all right means all the right of sovereignty. But sovereignty is sovereignty. And the territory is the territory. The right of territory means the title. You know, when I buy a piece of land or buy a building, I get a piece of paper as the title from the government office. So title means the territory, and the claim means all the property on this property. You know, someone who is the victim of the war has the right to claim how to dispose all the property. This is America wants to play some trick to save Taiwan. So they just separate the sovereignty and territory and the property, three things together. They just separate one thing into three parts. So United States has the right as a conqueror of the war. She has the right to dispose, to appoint a secondary occupier to Taiwan in order to keep the hands of China to take the Taiwan into his territory map. Yeah, that's what I know. Well, yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I also didn't know that, because there's that I think confusion. But now you put this very clear and explain to us the real purpose of doing it like this.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Okay. The last part, the last point of this topic for today, says here. China, a non-party to the treaty, didn't receive any right, titles or benefits under the San Francisco Peace Treaty, except as specifically provided in Article 21. Specifically, China, in general terms, China wasn't entitled to any benefits, right? Under Article 2B, dealing with the territory of Taiwan. The 48 parties to the San Francisco Peace Treaty chose not to give any right, title, or claim to Formosa and the Pescadores to China.
Right. China, the Communist China, and Republic of China, the Kuomintang government. Those two countries are rejected by the United States for signing the San Francisco Peace Treaty, because the U.S. understands that Korean War is the only reason for China to take Taiwan in the future. So the United States President Truman sent seventh fleet of U.S. Navy to protect Taiwan from either Taiwan attack China or China attacks Taiwan. So this one changed the San Francisco Peace Treaty is going to take Taiwan into another situation. For instance, if Japan specified the beneficiary countries for the Taiwanese sovereignty, then it must be the China. It must be the China, because the United States has honored what she said in Cairo Declaration, which is Taiwan must be taken by China eventually. So this is the chance, and this is the fortune for Taiwanese people to get rid of China, the PRC, to take Taiwan as his part.